momentarily. We'll have to be careful, but meanwhile, bottom lane, EGM, he's been caught out. Could well be your first blood. He's gone for the heal, and he will end up going down. So the offensive dual lane, Dazzle Naga, not playing off Pain speaking in the laning stage, but S4 is really having his way here with Fada.
He is the god of Batrider. He just plays this hero so incredibly well. The pressure on early with the napalm stacks. He doesn't care about giving away magic one shot.
They've gone in bottom. I think they know the Enchantress move towards mid, courtesy of that ward, and now they're looking to punish. They catch out Loda. Sunstrike coming through. It is going to connect. Loda goes splat, and now EGM desperately into the trees. He will wind his way through here. Buys the teleport scroll. Looks to use it. Shackle actually is ready, but there's no mana for it, so he's going to tango his way through. EGM rolls the dice, and well, he will make it out in the end, but still, this lane is in shambles, and Ake yet to make his move in mid. Fada, if he didn't already know, he certainly does now. As the Dark Troll Summoner walks out, he CS4 now. Invisvern grabbed. Trying to move in. Fada in danger.
Saved his skill point as well.
Is available. Often you don't see it at level 6, but this is a kill opportunity. They're going to let it go. There's the Firefly pulling Fada in deep behind enemy lines. They then commit a roar as well. That's some hate for Fada. That will fall 7 and 5. Now with
looking for pickoffs, less towers, but they have to be very wary and ready to either counter gank or at least kind of maneuver around these gank opportunities that Alliance are going to be trying to find.
He's starting to catch up. Fada, this is not the way he wants to go, but they've got the vision on him. They're going to lead here with the lasso. Nobody remotely in the neighborhood help out. Then they commit the roar as well, and with all that damage, Fada continues to burn, surviving for ages, but eventually they will secure the kill. Jerax also TP'd into this one. He too is immolating, and the slow from the board combined with the Firefly damage, almost enough to kill him. At long last, Matumba Man arrives, will get the kill, courtesy of the Reaper's Sight. That will be an extra 30 seconds on the sidelines, but S4 backs away. Kuroki trying to keep the vision on him, trying to prevent that blink out, but can't quite do it as S4 successfully retreats. They trade a Beastmaster, 2 ultimates, but they do manage again to slay the Invoker. So far unsuccessful. They'll continue their foray here right towards the Batrider, but unfortunately Batrider is a very difficult here to bring down. They do manage to get the Hex off though. The Sunstrike coming through. Reaper Sight committed again, and they get the kill with it. Down for 70 this early. That is a big deal.
For them to be claiming at this stage.
That's the one thing you have to be careful about is if they get that Reaper Scythe kill, and you don't have to buy back a third tower tonight for Alliance. Ouch. Then, at that point, perhaps you can actually hold the high ground. But the wards were used, so it's likely not to be a full base breach, but it will be a lot of damage on the tower. EGM dropping the weave, hits all of Liquid, and they still stick around. They're going to work here with the Forge Spirits, as well as the Trance. Liquid trying for the quick lane of Vrax. Nagasan is available, though. Roar's online. Bats up in 5, and there's the Song. Alliance are going to wait for S4 to come back, and they look to engage. Who's Bulldog going to focus? Let's see. Loda gets in the middle of the enemy team. He lets the Riptide go. The Meatball comes down, though, the other way. Matumba Man kept alive for now by the False Promise, and the Necrophos proving to be a bit too difficult to finish off. Loda's forced back. They've already committed the Song. S4's in a bit of danger. Ake comes in from behind, but they've lost 3. They've committed all their big ultimates. It might be 4. Ake trying desperately. He can't get it done. And Liquid, just like that, who needs Serpent Wards, are taking a lane of Rax. The range down for now. A double buyback forced out by Alliance. Alliance thought they had all kinds of time, and these buybacks looks like they're going to be for not every single hero. 1, 2, 3, TPing away. That was not something Alliance was even counting on. Alright, the lane's always pushing in with a Nature's Prophet on the side of Liquid to help counteract any Naga counter pressure. Matumba Man debuting that Blink Dagger moves on to Ake. Gonna drop the Reaper Sight. They won't kill him off during it, just right after they blast him down. So he'll still be dead here for
Radiance, but
they didn't lose melee ranks. They lost a tier 2, a tier 3, and a ranged. It was definitely a lot of ground, but as far as the map control goes, they didn't lose the big boy. See Weave pop down here. Rather aggressive positioning from Alliance. They want to draw Liquid back. As the Batrider, meanwhile, is duking it out with the Nature's Prophet off in the jungle. They commit a Sprout here. Drums getting pumped. S4. Sunstrike coming through. He stops to throw the Flame Break. That's going to get him killed. Liquid snipe him out. Couldn't have known, but a great...
These games where one bad Roche fight suddenly buys a tremendous amount of time. And this is definitely a game of one bad team fight for Liquid.
They're going. They're thinking about it. S4 with his customary haste rune at a critical moment that could turn the game. He wants Jerax, and Jerax will get caught out there. The Invoker gets roared. Follow-up comes through for the Reaper Scythe. Not enough to secure a kill. The ward's getting dropped in the midst of the fight. Matumba Man brought low. They finish him up. Necrophos down. They buy back on the Oracle. Song, disengagement from Alliance. They want to get out cleanly. And they will. A 2 for nil. And a Serpent Ward's forced up. And a buyback.
Wary of what can come their way. And
well then, I guess all eyes on the Dazzle for a timely grave.
Yes, this Dazzle grave is going to be on point.
Loda prepping things nice and early here, drops the Song. He's only isolated Matumba, man. Kuro's in a decent position. They're trying to kill off the wards during this time. They do manage to kill them all. Let's see if that stops Liquid from going in. It's still a decently strong lineup, but Mind Control gets lassoed. Oracle not in position to save him. Jerax can't help out his buddy. Mind Control popping the mech. Very tanky there. Now the Meteor starts to come down, and Alliance are going to take a rebuttal of offense. S4 graved up for now, biding their time. Kuro low, they will lose the Shadow Shaman. Loda routing them. They get the Imps off, and Matumba Man 2 will fall. That's 3 heroes down, and Alliance have them on the run. Now the long range net from downtown. Loda going to control Fada, push him back into the ice wall, and beat him down. Even with the ice wall, not enough to save him. That's 4 dead. And this was the chain of disastrous events that Liquid were afraid of, and now they're happening. Jerax turning on Ake, wants to nuke him down. He gets him. Blasts him away there with the Purifying Flame. So he gets the 1 counter kill. Ake a little overeager, but...
Alliance going through a smoke of their own, trying to see what they can find here. Oh, Kuro.
He thought someone was in the lane, but little does he know a delicious Shadow Shaman lurks in the trees. Will drag him back straight onto EGM. It's a Shadow Shaman kill. They'll take it for sure. Kuroki down, but does guard his team against a potentially bigger smoke.
I really gather what the situation is. Is it just a solo kill? Is the whole team there? So many Batriders see that one hero there and just instantly try and jump and get the pick off.
This is a big one. Mind Control does have the magic stick, but that's 4 here. He's not going to have a chance to TP out anyway. Out of mana, out of health, and dead. He buys a Maelstrom before falling, but Alliance
set up for Reaper kills. And
how about Bulldog? What do you want here if you're a 4,500 gold deep Beastmaster? Hold that thought. S4. Prepped and ready. He's going to get eyes on Matumba Man. Centaur's there. He drags him away from the Centaur, but also maximizing the impetus damage that Ake brings to the table. Matumba Man picked off. Alliance again. Just abusing the power of the Batrider here for Liquid, though. Loda moving in. Illusions. Engaging chip damage, and the split push from Liquid. Very slow to counter this. They are not going to be trading for free here. They'll have to at least sacrifice 1 lane of Rax. Alliance keep on going, Deafening Blast. Nice dodge there from Loda, just deftly sidesteps it, and Alliance keeps on pressing forward. Range Rax about to drop. The Age is still up for a long time. They're going to Glimmer Loda, bringing him back out of EMP range. And now they move back up onto the high ground once more for the melee. Still, you can see the split push. While it's there, it's just not as fast as what they need. This melee Rax likely to fall. If Loda wanted to, he could even use the Song here. He's hanging on to it for the time being. They're going to grab this tower. They'll leave him alone, and then everybody else will TP back. It looks like, at least for now, just the Batrider. As casts his TP, then cancels it. Seeing the Nature's Prophet didn't actually commit, so they stick around. And now Alliance will march back. Only Treants and all that tornado that you mentioned, just a bit too short. So Loda, Song, TP, and now there truly is no way to stop it.
Yeah, it's kind of just blindly fishing to see what...
Dangerously low. Fresh swarm of non-illusions march in. The tower now down, and Liquid to send the Nature's Prophet up to the top lane, so he's not going to be here to assist in the base defense. They also leave Kuroki in position. They might be able to get the second lane, but it's going to cost them. Matumba Man, Necrophos down, 60 seconds on the sideline. Doesn't have a buyback available. Jerax staying alive for now, has cast the False Promise to try and secure his retreat, but it only delays the inevitable. Alliance now, having gained their second lane of Rax, are going to start TPing some heroes home. Loda with the Song of the Siren. S4 will end up dropping here, but I believe has buyback if he needs it. Hanging on to it for now, 70 seconds. Loda going to arrive. He'll clean up the Nature's Prophet. Wards to drop quickly. They only got a tier 3 tower out of this. So Alliance in the end, still the victors. And again, massacring cores. 2 more big ones down. Now, but barring that, they're in for it. EGM Ultimate Orb. Ticket Sphere now complete, so... a counter perhaps here to the Necrophos ultimate is Kuroki. He was trying to counterplay this and contest in the pit, but he's down to the roar. The rest of Liquid immediately scatter. Lasso is available, and Jerax, well, Flame Break will cancel his TP, so he's likely going to roast here. Cooked up by the Batman. He'll delay the inevitable. He'll head into the midst of Alliance, but he is going to be going back to the well here. Pop goes the Oracle. Liquid, there's just no split push right now to even threaten a base race. Alliance, you might see one. It's going to be a feeble, inadequate base race if there is one. That's for sure.
You know, Alliance have not just.
Is it Rapier time? Does our Prophet of Gold for something big? He's trying for it, but it doesn't even matter.
I don't even know.
Let's be serious here. Alliance.
He's food. I don't even think he can Rapier.
Poise under pressure. Moving through the middle lane. They've got Loda ready to go with the Song. If anything gets even the slightest bit scary, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. They are getting herded back to the well here. As S4 blinks it, they might catch him out. Reaper Sight is going to delete him for 100 seconds. He can't buy back. And they will Song on Loda. As soon as one hero dies to the Reaper, they say, we don't even want to risk it. We'll just wait until he respawns naturally, and then we'll try again.
Yeah, vision wave skipping just going to make this more and more difficult for Liquid to find that opening to get any racks. That's almost back, so this is looking like it's not going to accomplish too much here.
The wards get dropped down, but they don't really want to move in. Song comes through. Liquid will be held in position. Matumba Man gets caught out. Wards cleaned up. Massacred, really. And Batrider about to respawn 8 seconds ago. Well-timed Deafening Blast there by Fada to force the lines back, but Bulldog blinking forward, finds the opening there, gets off the roar. Matumba Man will be cleansed and purged off by the false promise, but they lay into him from long range with the impetus. Might as well throw out that Reaper. Matumba Man into the tree. Again, he'll pop. The false promise is just not enough here to keep heroes alive. Alliance. Creeps are at the base bottom right now. Liquid are threatening, but Alliance are already there. Going to work here on the tier 3 tower. Looks like they're going to try and grab Mega Creeps. Necrofoe's out of the picture for 10 seconds. And Loda up in front. Alliance close in here on Megas, and with that, could be a game changer. Out comes the Meatball together with the Deafening Blast. They are going to manage to break that Lincoln Sphere, but he's still holding the Aegis. They don't want to overcommit onto Loda. Slowly working him down. Blink forward from Matumba Man in the midst of the enemy team. He drops the Reaper. It doesn't kill off EGM, and now with the Reaper down, they're really in for it. They do manage to grab the EGM kill. He instantly is able to buy back the Loda. Scrambling the retreat. He'll pop the ultimate. Song retreating out. Nature's Prophet unable to clear out that bottom racks. He did have to come home and try and help as Fada fishes. He will find one. He gets the Ake Enchantress. They're going to hex him. They don't have the Reaper. They can't delete him, but they can kill him off. S4 could be next. Tries to stall this chase. They get the Ake kill. Hunting for more. Mind control in position. S4 is going to drop as well. He has buyback. Ake does not. And Liquid find two on the way out. They still hold the racks. And the Courier narrowly dodges away from S4. That was packing some big items there. Reaver now on the way, and they go for the lasso, and it's on to Jerax. They then roar Fada, controlling and locking him down, but Bulldog's been trapped up by the wards of Kuroki. They are likely to lose the Oracle, but Jerax managed to get off the false promise, so he's wasting a lot of time. Ake on the run. He's going to drop eventually, but can they get the additional counter kills? While this is all happening, EGM still retreating out. Jerax on the hunt. Lanes are pushing in slowly but surely. The imps from behind doing work to Kuroki. EGM able to get off the grave to keep him alive. Fada gets turned up by the hill bump. Jerax massacred from the rear as Loda comes roaring in. Two more of Buttback. Mind control in the midst of it. They're going to song and say screw it. We're heading for the backline here. It's on to Matumba Man they go. Everybody from Liquid streaming back towards the base. They've now committed an Oracle buyback as well. Mind control surrounded. Beaten down. He will buy back too. They've thrown out 3-4 buybacks in this fight. They need to hold. Alliance seeing all of that. Do they even back here? It's currently 3 buybacks on cooldown for the Radiant, 2 for the Dire. Being run over. Head towards the ultra late game. 53 minutes and counting. Dazzle wandering down the river, and it looks like he may wander directly into the entirety of Team Liquid. EGM gonna get caught out. They lose their Dazzle, and he can't buy back dead for 2 minutes. Liquid, they actually have the power play now. 5v4, even though they have 0 buybacks, they have the man advantage. And they're gonna work on the Roshan here. They want those extra lives that they can't get through the buybacks. They'll try for it the good old-fashioned way through the Rock Man. Looks like Alliance might let them have it. S4 though, threatening for the steal play. The Reaper Scythe on cooldown for 50 seconds. It's a moment where you can be a little more aggressive as a carry.
And it's not just the support that got Reaper, it's the support which hard counters the Reaper Scythe in the late game. There's going to be another Reaper Scythe up before Dazzle's alive.
They're moving in. Kuroki up on the cliff. He wanted to jump here. He may get punished. He's the gem carrier as well. Might just need to drop these wards before he goes down. Tornado comes through though. Will catch out S4. Fada jumps in. He drops the ice wall. The BKB's there though. He gets roared and Loda comes in from the side. He's going to isolate Jerax, control Kuroki, and Matumba Man. They're trying to finish off Kuroki to the Ancients. He will get clobbered. Death by the Golem. That's not a good way to go. That's a hero who doesn't have buyback. Down for 90 seconds. Jerax's not going to have it either. Goes for the blink out after the false promise, but they're still hunting him. They're running him down. What was a 5v4 power play might turn into a 4v3 the other way. Jerax down as well. He doesn't have it. 75 seconds. They're even going back for the Roshan. Could possibly just rush down the top lane. But Alliance force that game 3.
And S4 poised for a pick off
with
as
the
well.
smoke initiation. He's going to come from the trees. Let's see if they're ready for it. Mind control gets off the auto attacks. They get off the Reaper, but he's got the BKB. He's able to pop the cheese. S4 baiting out the Reaper. Now the Song coming through from Loda. He's going to move past the racks. Let his team set up. Then Bulldog comes in, drops the roar onto Fada, locked in the middle of it. Now the lasso onto Matumba Man. They've got no way to purge. The Oracle's dead. That's 3, make it 4. Nobody with buyback. Liquid, they had their shots this game, but Alliance persevere and they will force a deciding game number 3. Really impressive stuff from the Swedes.
Absolutely. Incredible hold,